Welcome back to Good Moms, Bad Choices.
I'm Erica.
And I'm Mila.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy hump day. I'm not recording because I'm stupid. I was trying to make a reel, but God, my reel skills are low.
It's all good.
I texted Erica the other day. I'm like, I am going, by the end of this month, I'm going to make 40 reels, okay? I'm going to make us so much money. I want to move. She was like, are you going to? I was like, yes. If I could move, because if I make 40 reels, she's like, okay, girl.
I was like, okay.
Attempt one. Fail.
I was wondering what
Hold
you were
on,
doing.
today's attempt one for the month?
I started the reel already, but
Do you want to try it again?
Okay, let me try it.
Run it back.
Let me run it
back real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Shit. Okay. Thumb on the button. Go. Welcome back to Good Moms, Bad Choices.
I'm Erica.
And I'm Mila.
Happy Wednesday.
And this is Good Moms, Bad Choices.
Oh.
You like that? I'm thinking we need to add that.
I think the people know. They clicked on the podcast button.
Girl, you'd be surprised. People don't be knowing shit.
And
It
then
it could be like, this is the button. This means, they're like, what is this?
And this is a Good Moms Bad Choices podcast on YouTube. This is a podcast, YouTubers. I just want to reiterate this. I know we went back through this last week. This is a podcast, not a YouTube show. Although we grace you with our presence on YouTube.
The YouTubes are very pissed with us because we usually do a little banter before we introduce our guests. But today, bow. We have special guests, and the YouTuber, this is for you. We're not rude. We're just doing audio. Today we have special guests for our cuffing season, November. As you guys know, we've been featuring just wonderful couples that we know and that you guys love and suggested to come on the show. And today we have actress, host, comedian Angel Moore, aka That Chick Angel, and husband, hey girl, and husband Marcus Tanksley, host, content creator, father, husband.
What's happening? I thought it was going to be like, and husband. I was like, all right.
And husband. That's it.
Now we're gonna
Play your role. No.
this huge entry and her husband. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thank you for having
Thank you for having us.
Yes, this is a long time coming. We were on your show, I feel like many moons ago.
Many moons ago, we lived in a different house.
Oh, you don't live there anymore?
Mm-mm.
Oh, shit.
We're gonna move down up to the east side, honey.
Are you,
Yeah.
you still in the valley or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
We moved into a bigger house during the pandemic because I was like, if we gonna be here all the time.
You got 4 kids.
Yeah. I was like, we need some more space.
Must.
Yeah.
I need to not be able to hear y'all.
Yeah, that's his whole thing.
I agree with that. I agree. Like if I have children, like plural, I need, even with one, I'm like, I don't want to be able to hear you. Like I can see you like through a window or something. But like the noise of children, I understand.
It can be a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And they have no idea how loud they are.
They don't
They
have
just
any.
doing
None.
None.
But you all were nice enough to come on to Mommy Confessions. Y'all were high as hell.
Were we?
Yeah. Oh my God. Y'all don't even realize that podcast, I don't know if you realize this, made me try weed for the first time.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Why? Because we came in
popping
stoned.
cherries by
Because we
accident.
came in stoned. Like those bitches looked relaxed.
No, it was one of you all said that y'all were one of you all bud tender?
I was.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And when you were breaking down like the different strains, and I was like, that's a different way to look at it. And so I was like, for my 40th birthday, I told my husband, I said, I want to try the weed.
The weed that the kids are talking about. Let's go
weed
try
for the
it.
first time. And it was terrible.
Oh no! You should have called me, Angel. I could have helped the guy.
What happened?
Every single one of Angel's friends has said the same exact thing.
Like what? She
I
should have
messed
called.
up. Yeah, no, like you should have called me, Angel.
Did you just you just sent her on her own alone to
No,
this
see
weed
what
dispensary?
happened is I'm not used to this whole legalized weed thing.
Okay.
Going to
y'all
a store.
y'all from Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Going to a store to get weed. I'm like,
So you called the weed man?
no, I called our friend who is a pothead and her mom is a pothead. Some people with experience.
So you just got whatever you got.
No. I told them like we need something very mild.
Okay.
Something that relaxing. First timer.
Okay.
They were like, cool.
Okay.
And from my experience,
You also indulged as well on
Yeah.
your
He
birthday.
used to be he indulged on my birthday.
Hey, okay. That's all we need to know. I used to indulge.
I didn't used to shit.
It's like you're overstepping, all right? Now, so for this, I was just like, okay, this is what we're going to do. Something should be mild, good to go. So, and that one mistake I made is I got a glass bong instead of just doing a joint.
Okay, yeah.
Why was that a
first
mistake?
Well, because it's like a lot
different.
quickly. They
Yeah.
probably need to gauge it.
Well, I couldn't gauge it. That was the problem.
Okay.
Because we like 25, 30 minutes in, and Angel, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not feeling nothing. I'm like,
You couldn't
well,
see.
go ahead. So while she's doing that, I go ahead and just roll a little blunt. And still nothing. I was like, so how you feeling? She was like, nothing. Then finally, I seen her eyes get a little low. She was like, she got real relaxed, like, yeah, I'm still not feeling nothing. I was like, yes, you are. Then about 10 minutes later,
I was already overboard. It was just,
What happened?
I had taken in way too much.
Oh no.
Yeah, because like first we did the little bong, which just aesthetically I didn't like. It was the pipe. It was my bong.
Yeah.
It was a pipe.
It could give crackish.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
I was like,
You know, for black people, anything glass with smoking
Yeah.
in it.
yeah, I was like, this is not giving. I was like, I
don't like this.
I was like, I don't like it. He was so sweet. He got me a little elephant one. He was like, it's an elephant. I was like, feel like a crackhead smoking out of an elephant spoon.
because it was such a mild
Crackheads,
strain,
they
I
don't
was
smoke
like,
out of elephants, baby. They don't do
Right.
this.
Trust. I got
such a
some
mild
crackheads in my
strain.
family,
I
but
said,
still.
let's make it cute. You know, here you go.
That was very thoughtful, Marcus.
And then when I was hitting the little bitty blunt, I'm like trying to take it off. I mean, I had smoked a lot
Angel, do you think this is
Why
Friday?
are you trying to go in so quick?
because it wasn't working.
Okay.
Like we were waiting. Like we were just sitting there
That's the
talking.
problem.
And I'm
He wasn't
looking and I'm
guiding
like,
me, is what it was.
You
He
need
was
a-
just
you need a
allowing
weed
me.
doula.
so then
You
I'm
need a
going
weed
too. I'm
doula.
going like 3 times as much as her. It's like, she's right. This is weak. I ain't feeling nothing.
I got diarrhea.
Hold on.
Diarrhea.
Hold on. See, that's why I'm the better storyteller. So Angel's reading the symptoms of like you can vomit, you can get diarrhea, you can
heard
get.
of this.
Thank you. I was like, Angel, that don't happen. Like, what are you talking about?
No, this is before I looked up the symptoms. Before we started, I said, okay, I won't get sick or anything or not. He was like, no, that does not happen. Once the high has gone too far and I'm now getting, I don't want it anymore. I'm like, make it go.
When she looked
Yes.
at me and a tear rose down her eye,
Oh, baby.
rose down,
I
and
said,
she
"I don't
said,
like this anymore."
I don't like this anymore. And I realized that she was at the beginning. I was like,
Oh,
Oh
shit.
no.
Oh, no.
this is
it was
about to be
Baby.
bad.
But it did. It gave me, I was like, oh God, I've got diarrhea. And I looked it up and it was like, oh yeah, if a really bad high can cause you to have diarrhea or to vomit. And I was like, well, here I am on the toilet. High.
Were you
on a kite.
sweating? Or were you just like paranoid and like just like
I was sweating a little bit. It was, the problem was I have a little bit of a control tendency. So because one, time wasn't moving properly, so I couldn't remember if things had just happened or if I had imagined them happening.
Yeah.
I
She was
like,
asking like,
What the fuck
Wait,
kind of weed did they give
did
you?
I get up
sound
and
like a
pace
light,
yet?
mild weed. This
It
sounds
was-
like
I
a
wasn't-
heavy OG.
I
Like
never
a
felt
heavy
it.
indica.
She wasn't
like,
by herself. I was smoking with her. I never felt anything.
You never felt any of these things.
Oh, you never felt in one thing.
Not
You didn't
one
feel high
thing.
at all.
No.
We're gonna need
You
to
might
do a
have
redo.
got into your head a little bit and started freaking out.
Yeah.
oh, I was definitely freaking out. And I said, I'm going to be quiet right now because I'm losing it.
Like my
And
40th birthday is ruined.
right. And I said, and I'm trying to give over to the high instead of fighting it because
Right.
it's not like, you know how you can like kind of sober up really quickly?
Right.
Like if like shit hits the fan, like you
Drop,
can kind of
right.
grab yourself and like, let me be in this moment because things are going left. I tried that. And it felt like a super slow, goofy version of myself was like, it doesn't matter.
Well, that is true. When you get high, it's like fuck it. It just get like I may not be able to talk well. My sentences might not form completely, but fuck it.
Yeah.
You gotta just roll.
Because I had 3 times as much as her, and I'm just like, there ain't
It's
nothing.
just-
This is grass.
You're a
grass
big
for
man,
real.
though.
Yeah. Well,
That's why I try to do more than her.
Have you ever thought about edibles? Maybe you need like just a light little.
Yeah, maybe
works.
like a light edible.
People that are not really into the smoking, they really gravitate towards the edibles, like the non-smoking people that want to dabble.
Do we need to be like weed doulas?
Yeah, we need to like set the scene. We need to
Do
light
I need to add this in my bio?
light
Like
some
cannabis
candles.
doula. I'll come over with candles.
it definitely.
I rolled you the
hyped
joint.
me out.
hydration, throw up buckets just in case.
I told him, I said, the experience that I would have liked, and I said, one day I might have to start this business. I was like, it needs to be like a luxury guided weed experience.
Yeah.
Where you can go to a dispensary, talk to a bud tender, find out like what your anxieties are, things that you don't want to have.
Yeah, they'd have that.
They have that. That's called going to dispensary and not calling your homegirl.
That's what I thought we were going.
Look, I don't do. Look,
I don't
I'm
do
like,
the weed.
I think you still need a card. I'm like, I don't know how to buy legal weed.
No, you just go in.
I usually call her.
That's
Hey
what
man,
I thought we
You
were
just
gonna,
walk in and
I
give him your
thought
ID.
we were going to go in together. He didn't realize.
I hadn't smoked weed like that. I hadn't purchased weed ever in California.
He still hasn't.
Yeah, it's true. I still haven't.
I can't wait till our weed comes out because I'm coming over. Like, I'm going to hand deliver it to your house. I'm going to personally be like, it's going to be like a wedding invitation, but like, we brought you weed.
I dealt with weed that I saw grown.
He's like,
oh yeah, yo, you got a whole garage full. Okay, all right. This is the 97 bud. All right, let me try that. I never dealt with this whole
It's new
licensed
Yeah.
building.
And even when you go to the dispensary, you gotta be careful because I prefer, like, especially for like a first time smoker, I really think that you should do outdoor because it is lighter. A lot of these like other weeds that are grown under like lights and it just they're pumped up.
They're
Yeah.
potent.
Yeah. So I'm sorry that you had that experience. That makes me sad.
it was very terrible.
my
He feels
God.
so
I feel
guilty for it.
horrible.
He
So,
does.
so would you do a redo?
No,
She ain't
You
never
sure?
doing it again.
it was that bad.
What's your sign, Angel?
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, me too. When's your birthday?
July 3rd.
I'm June 22nd.
Oh yeah, we're right there.
What about you, Marcus? When's your birthday?
January 27th.
Oh, you're, what is that?
Aquarius.
Aquarius. Orlando's.
Aquarius gang.
Oh my goodness. You're like, no, never again. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, no, there was nothing about it that I enjoyed. If I would have had an enjoyable moment that I could think back to,
You can find joy. You just need to.
it's like there's joy
There's
in
joy
there.
in it.
No, I
It'll
don't
make
think-
parenting so much better. Just try again.
I think Angel might have one, possibly. No, maybe one friend that doesn't smoke weed. All her homegirls smoke
Oh, yeah,
weed.
all of my
and they all
mom
mad at
friends
me like,
smoke
how
weed.
could you? I'm like,
How could
I
you
know.
ruin it for us? She was almost
Yeah, I
on our
did.
team.
yeah, I'm gonna have to chat with whoever gave you that weed. I might have to curse her out. 'Cause-
Hey, so it's like a friend from school. Hey, so this is Angel's friend.
yeah, like don't ever fucking do that again.
It was a 70-something-year-old woman who has been smoking since
Oh, she's
before
an
the
old-
land of time.
She's way too seasoned.
Yeah.
She's way too seasoned. Like she's deep. She's deep down in there.
I'm sure she could outsmoke most people, and that was who
Her version of
like-
light is like heavy as fuck.
Right.
So
It's perfect for a first timer. It's like, all right.
no.
Would you guys ever try mushrooms?
Nah.
No,
wouldn't.
no,
No psychedelics.
no. Just even though weed isn't a psychedelic, once I finally read up on how it works with your neurons, I was like, oh, okay. There are certain things I don't like to happen in my brain.
Right.
I still have to have some feeling of control. And I feel like with psychedelics, it's either you got to be willing to completely let go,
Surrender, yeah.
Yeah.
or you're going to have a hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen bad trips on psychedelics. I'm like, nah.
You either have a hard time or you just don't feel it at all because we lead retreats in Costa Rica and we do a mushroom experience there and we lead them through a mushroom journey and some of the women don't feel anything and we have like heavily dosed them if that's what they wanted.
Not only heavily dosed. It's like Nicole Kidman.
We heavily dosed them.
Come to have a treat.
But they didn't feel anything and I was like you have because they weren't surrendering. I'm like
Here,
girl
take this pound and a half. You be all right.
Well, sometimes the expectation is so high. You're like waiting for something to happen, and it's like you got to kind of surrender into it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that shit's not for everybody, and even for someone who likes to indulge into it. Sometimes I'm like, I have to pick and choose when I feel like surrendering because the bitch might get really dumb. I mean, like I don't have answers, so can't.
Yeah.
Even when we podcast, like I'll start when we do smoke during our interviews. Like I'll start the interview, and then when I feel like I'm on a smart roll, then I'll light the joint. Okay, I have my train of thought now.
Right.
But if I do it first, and I come in here, I'll be like, looking at Erica like, bitch, I hope you got some questions.
The weed done closed the door before your brain got a chance to hold on to it.
Exactly.
I'll stick to whiskey and cigars. That's about it.
So you guys have been married for 15 years.
Yes,
Where did you guys meet?
You want to say?
Yeah, we met in Lexington, Kentucky at my sister's doorstep.
Oh,
And my he keeps forgetting.
My
I
sister,
lived there.
She was just staying there temporarily.
Shush your mouth. I was his sister's roommate. However, so it was an apartment that had 3 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms had already been rented out. Well, 2 people were already living there. A friend of mine, Melanie, and his sister. They had a 3rd roommate, but she felt like the room was too small, so they needed to find a 3rd one. So they knew I was looking for a place. I was like, oh, perfect. It's right in my price range. He didn't know they had found a 3rd roommate.
Because that was my pit stop on the way home. I would just stop over there, rest up or whatever if I'm out partying or whatever I'm doing. And I was used to that room being empty.
You're like, I'm about to
so
use
you just
it.
go roll in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
He
man,
didn't have a
'cause
key to the place, but
Right.
like if once the door was open, he just assumed he could walk in.
yeah, because Melanie, my sister and Melanie was like at that point like an older sister to me too. So it's my older sister, by the way. So I knock on the door and check if it's unlocked. They cautious enough; they know to lock the door. So if it was unlocked, I just walk on in. And
He knocked on the door. I opened the door. He proceeds to. He's like, "Hey," and proceeds
You're
to
like,
walk
"Who
in.
are you?"
That's exactly
Yeah.
what it was. I was like, "Hello, who are you?" He was like, "Oh, I'm Marcus. I'm Sonia's brother." I was like, "Oh, okay."
yeah, and I'm wondering who's this nosy heifer with these thick glasses
And the way of
answering
me
the
in my
door.
room.
Right, exactly. Pretty much. He really was
Yeah.
acting like he paid rent there. And I was like, I know there is not another roommate. I know that for certain. So
Yeah,
that's
I'm
what
like,
he
I'm
meant.
like, who the moody chick with the glasses? She was like,
Yes.
You wore
"That's
glasses
Angel."
back then?
Girl, them glasses is thick.
I wore contacts, and when my contacts weren't in, which was rare, I would have on my glasses, and I had terrible vision. So yes, he met me with my because I had just moved in, so I my contacts hadn't even came over to the house yet. I was still moving out of the other place into that place. So yeah, I was looking real nerdy in blind.
So when did it shift from who the fuck are you to hello?
She was thirsty, so
Tell us the real story, Marcus.
no. So at the time, of course, she's living there, so I would frequently see her. She had a boyfriend at the time. Me being me, I don't care. So I would
Oh, you
flirt.
one of them.
Yeah, I would flirt with her.
He
It
was
didn't matter.
fuckboy at the time. Can I say that?
Yeah, I was.
Some boy turned husband.
Yes.
Yeah, I was all over the place. That was why it was my pit stop. I could still look innocent to my parents.
Got it.
So when I noticed I would flirt around with her, it was like, she ain't backing away completely. You know what I'm saying?
She ain't acting that.
Yeah, it's like when I came, yeah,
I see you got a 20% chance here.
yeah. I'm like, when I came over, she had on glasses, and then she done went and changed and did her hair a little bit. Okay, all right.
Change.
Oh, I was definitely like, first time I saw him, I was like, ooh, he is fine. I was not trying to pursue him, but I also wasn't trying to look my worst in front of him. That was definitely not a thing. And because he was my roommate's brother, I also wasn't trying to, I had a boyfriend and that was my roommate's brother. So I wasn't trying to do anything with that, but I could tell he was feeling me. And I was just like,
Yeah, I'd have had her head pressed all against that headboard. I wouldn't have carried.
he really wouldn't. He would have been like, you cheating? That's fine. I ain't in a relationship.
Nothing to do with me.
So it wasn't until me and my then ex had broken up and I moved out here that we started dating long distance.
Oh, so you move out of the city completely, and then you guys stayed friends.
We didn't stay friends or anything. We crossed paths when she was came back home to visit, and that's when it was like, so let me get your number. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's when he was finally very vocal about like trying to, like before it was enough hints that I was like, he like me.
Right.
Yeah, he do. But I had other friends that were interested in him, and I was like, oh yeah. I had people I was trying to, like, he didn't know this, that I was low key trying to hook them up with him. I was like, girl, he's fine. Go ahead.
Somebody get it.
Right.
It can't be me.
Right. And so
Tell me about it later. You know, bitches. You're like, tell me what it was like.
I was gonna want to know every detail.
It's like curiously through your friend. Like, then what happened?
Yeah, exactly. And then, he did that. Oh, God. See, I knew
She
he'd be
would have been
good
over
at
at
that.
man like, damn.
Right.
So yeah, once he found out I was single and I was in town, he took me out on a date, but I was still like coming back and forth. So we kind of like openly dated for a few months. And then by the time we got to like the holidays at around December, January is when we were just like, all right, like, I knew I was feeling him way too much for me to be like, oh, yeah, you can just keep dating people.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I was like, nah, this ain't going to work because I will come to Kentucky and slice your tires. So he also knew he wasn't going to get no better than me. So
So how long were y'all long distance?
2 years.
Oh, wow.
And then you moved here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you do long distance? I'm in a long distance relationship right now, and I fucking hate it. How do you would you go months without seeing each other? Was it just
we did that once, and that was terrible. Like we were at because we ended up being at each other's throats. Like, and it was we knew we weren't really. It was more so I think we were just frustrated with our situation. So like all of our other visits, when we would try not to go more than a month without seeing each other. Those visits would go well. I would, if he would come out here, I would have like things planned. So it was like a really good trip for him. And when I would go home, I would make sure I dedicated a lot of time to him. But when we would go really, and he's not a person that truly likes to talk on the phone at all.
Can't be on the phone like
he does. So he was really stretching himself doing that.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, like
that's how I feel.
He hated it, but we would be on the phone for hours until the wee hours of the morning, all of the time. So we did give each other probably a lot of time, a lot of conversations, but we found out very soon that if we went too long without seeing each other,
it would be a powder keg when we finally seen. Like she couldn't sit down in the car right. Like, why you got set like that? You know, like it just it was weird. It was it was weird.
Just be very irritable
because it's almost like, damn, why has it been so long? I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah,
pissed.
Right. So the expectation for everything to be perfect was even higher. So once we realized that, we were like, okay, so come hell or high water, every month we have to, even if it's a weekend, we are going to see each other. Luckily, his job was.
I was an electrician, so I could go anywhere and do what I do.
But his job was flexible enough that he could come see me. Where I was in grad school, so my flexibility wasn't that great. But like, you know, if it was spring break or something like that, that meant I'm gonna go spend it with you. I'm not about to be like, I'm going to Jamaica with my girls. Yeah. No, I'm gonna be with you. Yeah.
And then once you moved out here, Marcus, did you guys get engaged or did you get pregnant? What happened next?
No, I decided I was going to move out to California, and so we had already planned the move and everything, had an apartment lined up, and I proposed. When did I propose?
The week before you moved out.
Yeah, the week before I moved out here.
On the phone?
No. She was in town.
So his family had a really big event that, like, his family is a part of one of the oldest black settlements in Kentucky.
Oh wow.
So they have like a day for the town. It's called New Zion Day. So I had never been. I knew it was important to him, so I flew in for that. Yeah. Even though I knew I was flying back in the next weekend for him to move. But because it was important to him, I was like, I ain't got nothing that I'm doing this weekend, so I'll come in. I had made it known to him prior to that. You know, I grew up in a very strict Christian household, and I was just like, the thought of living with a guy that I was not married to I still hadn't broke from that completely. So I felt a little uneasy about it. And I was like, I mean, I'm not about to force us to try to get married just so, I mean, there was no way he was going to be able to afford or me be able to afford him living out here and us not living together. That was just going to be stupid.
Right.
Not for the sake of no religion.
I wasn't about to.
It was not for the sake of no religion.
Listen, dear God,
we ain't got the coins.
Money.
We ain't got the coins, so
we're just going to waste money for us to be at each other's side. It would have been a front anyways. I would have been staying at his place or my place, so it was going to be dumb. But I was like, it would make me feel a little better if I was at least engaged to the person I was living with.
You told him that?
But had you had sex before this?
We had a lot of sex before, and then we had a very after the proposal. No, right before, probably before the proposal, we had a long time of celibacy.
You guys agreed together that you were going to take a break.
Yes, we decided to take a break, which we don't advise.
While you were living together?
Not we don't advise. I was like,
while you were living together. Wow,
yeah,
wow,
that
this
was
is pure.
horrible.
Wait, were you
once
irritable?
You start, just stay at it. No, getting back into it.
It was not like riding a bike.
It was like awkward. How long did you guys take a celibacy break?
11 months.
Wow, while living together. Mm-hmm. Now you guys are devout.
Would you consider that like complete celibacy? Because we was
some shit was happening now.
Yeah, there was some rubbing and some kissing.
Because we be saying, we was celibate for 11 months.
It was definitely church girl celibate.
Like a little head here, a little tip there.
Right, you know.
When he got the shower, was he putting the towel in? Because
it was a whole bunch of head giving.
Oh my God, this is so good.
But it was definitely not our usual behavior.
Right,
Put it like that. There was definitely restraint.
It was a churchy improvement.
Was it because you figured we're engaged now? Let's try and withhold until we get married.
No, I wanted to hold off from jump. It's just I don't have that much willpower by myself. Like I'm not that like I do want to have sex. I want to do all of the things.
Right.
But if you're not on the same page, we just gonna be having sex. That just is what it is.
Is your family? Did you grow up really religious in a Christian family too?
It was Christian family, but we wasn't like bad shit crazy like a lot of black church people be.
Judgmental.
Yeah, I'm just because they'd be crazy. The stories I be hearing as a grown man, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Y'all's pastor said, man. But anyway, so it would have been desired, I'm sure, to stay a virgin or whatever. I mean, right, that was long out the door. But not to have sex before married. But it wasn't nobody. I got way too many people in the church that's got kids by 3 different women in the church, and there's all kinds of stuff. So
it was
the
no
same as any
pressure
other
for him.
church. Yeah, it wasn't no pressure for me.
Right.
I was just like, all right, if your morals are getting to you, finally,
Fine, I'm withhold.
ain't nothing else we can do at this point. So
what motivated you to what made you know like this is a woman I'm going to marry?
During the relationship, just how close we were, and I realized even earlier on, it was like we make each other better. Like she makes me better as a person. And that was like a easy. No, this is it. That's why even like I knew her desires. It ain't like she told me, well, you move out here, we gotta live together. Like I knew that's what she wanted. That wasn't even like a repeated thing. I was just like, I understand. So that making that step and me realizing, all right, we gonna get engaged. What am I waiting for? 'Cause,
Right.
I had that same mentality that most men have. Is like, oh, I want to hold off until this is in line, that's in line, and everything got to be right. Things will never be right. Just do it and build something with her. So it was probably, I don't know, after the first year, maybe, I definitely knew like this is what's gonna be. But yeah.
That's beautiful. You guys have been hitting us, asking us so many questions about the Good Vibe Retreat. So we thought we'd take a minute and just fill you in so you get all the details that you need to know.
The question that a lot of people ask us is, what is the Good Vibe Retreat and why did we start it? So the Good Vibe Retreat is a retreat for women to come, relax, let go, release, and kind of step away from their normal scheduled routine, get to know women from all over the world, and really tap in and back into yourself. It's an opportunity to reinvent yourself, essentially. You don't know a lot of these women, so there's really no one there to judge you. So you can kind of create this new version of yourself, step into what it feels like to be yourself when you're not feeling judged, when you're not feeling pressured, when you're really in the most feminine and divine space to really do the work on yourself.
For sure. I mean, I think as women, we do so much shit for other people on a regular daily basis. We're at work, we're momming, we're girlfriending, we're wifing. And a lot of times we get lost in the sauce and we forget to take a step back and really hone in on who we are and who we want to be and what that looks like. And just kind of a place to get away from this fucking rat race and ground down with nature and with women and with yourself, most importantly. Treat yourself. Pamper yourself, be pampered, get super relaxed, and honestly, just take time for yourself without the input of anybody else.
We also really recreated this retreat because we wanted to make something where you really didn't have to think about anything. We've literally done all the work for you. All you really have to do is just show up.
Buy a plane ticket and show up. Everything else is taken care of. We've literally taken care of transportation. You'll be receiving gourmet meals every day. All of the activities. We even have add-on activities like psilocybin experiences. We have
Natal chart readings, massage,
excursions, beach trips. You don't have to smoke weed, but we got that too if you need it. You don't have to come with a friend. This is an experience that we encourage you to come even alone. You can bring a friend, but most of the women come alone. And also, a lot of people are asking, like, do you have to be a mom? I know we're good moms, bad choices, but no. This is about being a woman first. This is about leaving those kids back home and doing you. So even if you don't have kids, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how old you are. We've had women from as young as 20 and as
old as 60. We also, you don't have to be black or brown. There's no race that is not invited to the Good Vibe Retreat. Everyone is accepted. As long as you're there to be open to the process and try something new, then you're invited to the Good Vibe Retreat. A lot of people ask us, where is the retreat? So this retreat in particular is happening in February. So we have 2 different dates. The first is February 2nd through the 7th, and the second date is February 11th through the 16th. It's just going to be this beautiful, magical experience that you really couldn't recreate in this place by yourself. We've really tapped into the community of local healers and people out there that we've trust and that we've also experienced and wanted to bring to you to experience. It happens on the Caribbean side of Costa Rica in a town called Puerto Viejo. It's a really small town with such a beautiful and rich community. Food is good.
People are kind. Music is good. The weather is warm. It's really a magical, magical place. The jungle is a magical place. It feels like a warm mother's hug, honestly. It just feels like a deep exhale. Not only that, your girls, we will be there, yours truly. We have designed and host a Connect workshop that's designed to kind of get to the nitty gritty and help you let down just boundaries and walls that we create and kind of get vulnerable and free.
Yeah, and connect to women that maybe you may have never or would have never said hello to in any other time or way. So it's really about making new friends, and everyone is there with the same intention, which is to connect back to themselves and possibly make a new friend. And if you're there for that reason, then you're going to leave feeling so fulfilled and so happy that you came. I encourage you to go check out our reviews on WeTravel. You can get real life reviews there from our former guests and former attendees to see their experiences and hear about their experiences.
It is truly, truly a magical, magical experience. If you're looking to learn how to manifest, if you're looking to tap into yourself, if you're looking to just relax, if you're looking for your new tribe of women and friends and support, this is the place to come and experience the Good Vibe Retreat. Make sure you check out our Instagram at the Good Vibe Retreat and our video. We have some amazing videos on the retreat. And like Erica said, the reviews are popping.
We get a lot of questions too about the rooming situation. And first of all, the property that we take over the entire property. So it's just us here. So it's very, very private. You can do anything you want, whether you want to skinny dip, you want to do cartwheels in the morning, whatever it is that you want to do. You want to light a joint, walk through the property, roll up to yoga with your joint. Like, that's totally cool. The rooms are double occupancy. So we have a bunch of different options. So you can either share a room with someone, you each have your own bed. If you're traveling with a best friend, or say you want to save a few dollars, we have a room where you guys can share a large bed. We also have the option for you to stay in your own room by yourself. So you have different options. When you check out the link on WeTravel, you can see what these different options are. But the accommodations are really beautiful, really tasteful, really roomy as well. You have your own bathroom, you have your own patio, and this boutique hotel is nestled in the black beaches of Playa Negra, which is this beautiful, beautiful part of Puerto Viejo that feels like you're kind of nestled in away from the world. And that's why I love it so much, because you really kind of have to tap out and really tap into yourself when you're in this space and you're in at this property. We also get a lot of questions about payments. So do you have to pay all at once? The answer is no, you do not. You can put down a $500 deposit to hold your spot, and you can make payments up until basically the retreat.
Basically, yeah. Not only that, it's really helpful that you can get contributions from friends and family. There's a link where people can contribute to your trip, Christmas is about to come up, so don't be shy. Ask your friends and family to contribute and like really give you a gift that matters and that you really want.
I'm just really excited for this retreat. Every single group that we've had has been so divine. Each person that was there was meant to be there. And when I say women come one way and leave another, there's nothing like it. I've seen such transformations on this retreat, as well as us as retreat leaders and women that have also experienced the retreat and these facilitators of the retreat. So I really, really want to encourage you to take this time for yourself because you deserve it. You've been thinking about it. You've been thinking about, when am I going to have a break? When am I going to be able to do something for myself? This is it. You have the time to really invest in yourself. And what an amazing investment. I mean, we've really created and curated this incredible itinerary, really, really dedicated to nurturing and taking care of you.
And think of it this way. If you go on any other vacation, you're going to spend way more. You're going to have to think about shit. And you're not going to come back with a hell of a lot of new friends. So don't think twice about it. Don't overthink it. It's way worth it. And I'm not saying it because I created it. I'm saying it because I've heard it time and time and time again. You guys know if you've gone on vacation ever, you've spent a shit ton of money. You don't come back with any meaningful relationships or friendships and experiences, really. So take a leap of faith, invest in yourself, invest in your relaxation, and come join us in Costa Rica.
I can't wait to meet you.
So we asked you guys.
It's a little warmer.
We have. I know these lights are getting hot.
That's all good.
We have some special questions that you guys answered before the show.
Okay.
If I can leave. Oh, there we are. And we're gonna ask each of you to see how well you know each other.
Okay.
Are you ready? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Not the heavy breath. What is Angel's favorite color?
Red.
Yep. What's her overall pet peeve?
Hearing people chew.
And swallow.
And
And swallow. She doesn't hear
she's a
anyone.
loud ass swallower herself, so I never got
I
that.
can't hear myself. So that's fine.
I don't like people like making unnecessary noises. That's like, why, are you like doing something important? Stop making so much noise. What's her pet peeve when it comes to you?
Hearing me chew.
Oh, did I write something? Was that something on there?
Yeah, pet peeve when it comes to your partner.
I don't even remember what I wrote.
You wrote not taking the advice that she's giving.
Oh, I thought no. I thought it said my mother. Jesus Christ.
What? You got the contact from next door. That's what that.
You need them glasses, girl.
I thought what is the pet peeve from you? I was like, I don't recall answering that. My mother doesn't take the advice that she's giving.
She's like, oh no, wrong question.
I was like, why is there a question about my mom on here? Okay, all
Girl,
right.
you need them thick glasses, boo.
Girl, yes I do. I don't know how I didn't read that whole sentence. It's because I was talking. Sorry.
Sorry, I was asking for a million questions. I talk a lot.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But you would be right. Him chewing gets on my nerves.
You and everybody else. What is her childhood pet's name?
What was that dog's name? It was two bulldogs. I don't. Did you even have pet? I know y'all had bulldogs.
We had a
Gabby.
bulldog. It wasn't Gabby, but you're close. This was the Saint Bernard. You're very close.
No, Saint Bernard. Debbie, Gabby. I don't know. It was like a white name.
Kizzy,
was a cat.
Mittens, and Abby.
Abby.
Abby,
A white name.
Yeah.
Abby, yeah,
Abby.
that's pretty white.
Abigail was her name. We called her Abby.
What would she say is her best quality?
She would say her humor.
She's a giving person.
Okay, that too.
Humor is a good one. I wasn't even thinking about I think of that as a skill set, but you're right. It is a personal quality. You're right.
What would she think is her worst quality?
I wrote it as what you would think my worst quality was.
Your cleanliness.
Oh, goddamn.
Cleanliness?
He's talking about how I
staying
keep the
neat.
house.
Oh.
Organization. I don't know.
You must have like
think?
a Capricorn or Virgo rising.
Your worst
or something.
quality? I don't know what you would think your worst quality is.
I would think you would say that I'm too giving of a person.
You can be, yes.
Yes.
I don't know. You done pulled back past couple years.
I've been trying to take your advice, sir.
She said yes.
Well, that's no longer. So you were wrong. Go ahead.
She don't know herself, y'all.
I know, apparently. I just know my mother.
He knows you better. What is she most sensitive about?
You ain't sensitive. What's she most sensitive about? Why you do that?
I know her ass is sensitive. She has to. She's a Cancer. She just be faking like she's not sensitive.
What do you see that no one else sees?
You are most. See, I don't want to say it. I'll get in trouble. I might be wrong. I'm like, so what do you think? I don't know.
You beat him, Angel? You beat him when you get home?
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
No hesitation.
And not the type that he likes. No.
Your bald spot.
No.
Okay.
You close.
No, it's the alley.
She's most sensitive about her emotions. She's emotional.
You're not that emotional.
I'm not.
Privately, when the doors are locked and no one can see.
She still ain't emotional, but she has emotions. Most people don't see that.
That's what I'm. That's
Okay.
right.
She's most sensitive about them.
But you ain't sensitive.
This is a trick question.
You wrote them.
That's true.
You wrote these questions.
That's true.
She's got alopecia, so every now and then,
Yeah.
a random bald spot will pop up. And I'm like, it ain't that bad.
And that's what it say. It could be the size of this table. Baby, it's so small. What are you?
It's a real,
That's a good husband.
partner.
What are you talking about? I don't even see shit. What has she accomplished that she is most proud of?
Her career.
And having 4 boys.
Oh yeah, that too.
What is her biggest insecurity?
Didn't you just ask that?
No, that was what she's sensitive about.
And biggest insecurity. Why are you looking at me like that?
He's afraid.
I don't know. What she's.
You were right. The other one. That was the correct answer.
Oh, the alopecia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But you put it online. I didn't think you were sensitive about it. You was like, look, y'all.
That's how I work through my vulnerability.
Yeah,
okay.
you say fuck it. You're like, yeah, that's true. That's the best way. You're like,
I love how my
transparency.
husbands with those 2 particular questions.
They're
They'd be like naked and afraid. Like, am I getting it wrong?
Nothing. She's perfect.
Like her ears.
What would her deal breaker be in the relationship?
Child by somebody else.
Yeah, cheating. Yeah, that's every woman's like, hell no.
Well, cheating and child by somebody else are 2 different things.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I read deal breaker as when you're dating. Like, what would be a deal breaker?
No, in your marriage. What's your?
Oh, in the marriage. Oh.
but yeah, if you definitely you ain't coming back from making no other child.
Right? If cheating is a deal breaker, you'd be lucky to make it back.
So sorry.
I laughed at all wrong. Go ahead.
Listen, I wrote something about my mom, so listen, I'm not judging you.
Where does she like to grocery shop?
Instacart.
Correct.
Me too, girl.
Who's her favorite musical artist of all time?
Shaka Khan.
That makes sense.
And Beyonce, of course.
Beyonce, yeah. Of course. Everyone.
I thought I'd make it easy for you, but you're right. Shaka is she my girl.
What is her guilty pleasure?
Sweets.
Reality TV.
You guilty of that? I can't tell.
She's like, I'm proud.
You get real comfortable every night at 7 p.m. You turn on Bravo.
Looks a little different.
What's your favorite reality TV?
Oh my God, all of them. You know, I used to love Real Housewives of Atlanta, but they're falling off.
The entertainment is low these days.
Yeah, I like shows about real estate. I can get
Not
into
like
just
real
about-
real estate, like the reality show of the drama.
There's nothing about real
Yeah,
estate,
ain't
but
got
you see
nothing
all
to
the
do.
houses and the drama.
I like opulence though. People got to have money. I don't want to watch folk that.
You
got
seen the
same
Real
amount
Housewives
money.
of Dubai?
I started watching that, but I couldn't link into the characters. Are they good? Is it good?
I don't know. I think opulence. I think Dubai.
I was going to say, what does opulence mean? Like rich people?
like
rich and flashy.
Flashy.
With it.
Oh, like gaudy, like.
I want to see how far money can go, so that's the reason why.
I was going to say like Russian luxury.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see how much money it costs to do what you're doing. I love
that shit too.
Beverly
like,
Hills was a good one.
Like I'm not thinking big enough. Every time I see rich people, I'm like, I need to think bigger.
It does. I feel like for me, it lets me see a world that I feel like we've been kept out of. So I'm like, I want to see what
that.
Yeah, I want to see what you're doing so I can start changing my perception of what's possible.
I agree. I like that. What is Angel's favorite porn category?
I was like, she would have to watch porn first.
Apparently, she has an answer here, so she watched it.
I got an answer.
Doggy style.
That's a category?
It ain't a category?
Oh, okay.
I was like, no, it's not.
I guess
Orlando knows.
I guess positions are categories.
We just never.
I never searched them that
Me
way,
either.
though. Maybe I didn't.
They never come up on like this. Like when you drop down, I never seen like.
No.
Okay, that's
So what is it?
Hers is actually amateur.
I don't like when it's too,
Too,
well
like,
produced.
I agree.
I mean, some amateur ones is just like, you didn't even try.
Do you want to do this or not? Are you trying to be? Do you want to make money or are you just fuck it?
But when it's like too well produced, it's just like this. It's horrible theater.
Don't nobody watch scripted porn no more.
The
though,
terrible
do they?
music
Yes,
in the back.
they still have
do
it. Yeah.
They sure
Listen, you little to your knowledge, Angel's watching porn. She, you might not know
Yeah,
it.
now she was like, "No, when it's this."
No, they still
Like,
make
hold on, you naming directors? Like, what?
I'm like, she knows
Jeffrey
actors, really good at it.
I really like back shots with Lola stuff.
She's the amateur queen.
How old was she when she lost her virginity, and where was she?
Place. I mean, it was definitely in college, in dorm room. I'm assuming. Age 19.
You're correct. She was in the dorm room, and she was 18.
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah, it was 18. I definitely hadn't made it to 19 yet. I was like, was I 19? No, I wasn't.
Like, I'm an adult. Fuck it. It's time.
Right.
God said
God,
it's
I'm
time.
sorry.
It's time. I made it to adulthood.
We all
so.
live in the same building. Yeah. So technically, we live together.
We live together.
One roof, God. That's all you specified.
That's it. That's it.
You didn't say which room number, which suite. Okay. What moment did she know she loved you?
When she heard my name.
What?
When she heard my name.
I didn't know I loved you then. I knew
Yeah,
I was
you
going to
did.
marry you.
When she heard your name?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, love me. Hold on. She knew she loved me. There's a story behind the name thing. Yeah. First trip to California.
When his ex-friend tried to get back with him? When his ex-girlfriend tried to get back with him?
I would call her friend, not a girlfriend.
Okay,
She
well.
trying to get back with me.
You don't recall her calling you drunk? And you had to call her back to let her know.
I don't remember that.
Oh, my God.
Cancers don't forget shit. I
yeah.
don't got questions. She knows what date
No,
it was.
she
What
forget
year
a
it
lot of
was.
shit.
No,
She's
you
selective
do
memory.
too.
I know I do. I admit that I forget stuff.
No, you don't remember this. You know who I'm referring to?
Yeah.
So you don't remember any of that.
No.
Oh, my God, today.
Well, that's when you knew.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm impressed. I am impressed.
Because you were like, call her back and tell her that's not an option.
Yeah.
You're like, no.
Well, actually, I didn't ask him to. He did it on his own to like prove to me like that's not even a thing.
I do remember that.
Okay.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Okay.
That was a random. I'm like,
Yeah.
hello.
He's like, she called
You
me.
know?
This sounds like it was like 2 weeks ago.
I do remember now. 'Cause I'm like, no, yeah.
And she called him crying, wanting to be with them, and I was like,
Girl, I'll cut you.
exactly. I was like, does she know I exist?
You coming infringing on my plans and my life? Bitch?
Yeah.
What is her biggest fear?
Big stuff like the ocean, space,
Biggest fear. Okay, come
death.
Yes, of someone she loves.
Oh yeah, that's someone.
What is it? The death of someone she loves.
okay.
What is her favorite position?
Doggy style.
Yep.
Come on.
Ding, 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 ding. Would she prefer to save or spend money?
Save.
Spend! Exclamation mark.
Really?
I
Wrong.
only am saving because it's the smart thing to do. Not because
wanna
my
do.
She preferred to spend.
spend. That's why I'm trying to learn from these reality TV shows how they spending money.
What is her celebrity crush?
The Rock.
And
Shit, that's an and. Ain't no telling. Hold on, The Rock. Who else look young?
Not who looks young. Not
going
is young.
the wrong
Beyonce?
way. There you go.
You have a lesbian crush on Beyonce?
I have whatever crush. Lesbian, hetero, bi, all of them.
I'll take her all together for,
Whatever
for the
you
whole
wanna call
alphabet, right? Okay. Understandable. She's perfect, and she has the money. She knows how to get the money.
Yeah.
She's called her name out during sex.
She's opulent.
Shut up.
That's how he knows I'm
Marcus.
climaxing.
No, I was thinking about it too. It's fine.
Oh, me too, baby.
We just had a threesome. My goodness. If only she knew. How does she feel about non-monogamy?
Oh shit, that's what that said.
Can't wait to see what you wrote.
What did you think it said?
Non-monogamy. It's not for her.
That's what she wrote. 8 for me, but to each his own. I can't.
I read monogamy.
Oh, God. So I can't wait to see. You just cut out the non. Oh, I love it. I want more of it.
So much monogamy.
It's making me hot right now. What is her favorite memory of you guys' relationship?
You ain't gonna get this one.
I didn't know my own.
Yeah, I struggled and I just picked up.
First house purchase.
I thought about that one though.
Hiking in Hawaii.
Yeah, it was a good one too. I was about to put Atlanta last year.
Oh,
What happened in Atlanta?
Hey,
just a lot of sex.
they replaced that room.
And
Bring a whole new room.
You could turn the room over.
Atlanta does that.
Atlanta, you know what? It's true.
It's a vacation for us though, so it was like no kids and everything. It was perfect.
I was working. It was not a vacation.
Oh, that's true.
He's like, for me it was.
Nah.
You off of work? Come give me some. What did she wish her partner? What this way you wrote this fucking question?
I'm sorry.
What did she wish you saw more of in her?
Oh, and me? Don't answer it. Don't. It's wrong. I thought in you. Listen, this is what happens when I'm talking.
I read it there too.
Well, we can't answer it that way if that's how you answered it.
What do I wish you saw more in yourself
That she sees.
that I see?
That is the question.
Good job.
Okay, well that's what I meant.
Okay.
That's what you meant. I read.
Okay, perfect. See,
That's
Fucking writing in code.
We struggle.
they get it.
What do I wish I saw more of?
No, what do I wish?
What do you wish I saw more of in myself?
Yeah.
That's what I don't care what I said. That's what I thought.
Nah.
I don't care what I said. That's what I said. Mm-hmm. You wish I saw my intelligence. I don't know.
Nope. His body is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
I'm not happy with
Amazing.
my body right
He
now.
complains about it.
I'm just laughing that he thought it was his intelligence, and she's like, "No, it's his body."
Yeah.
Fuck that brain.
Fuck that brain. The brain is cool, but that body,
that body,
He
baby.
complains about it like a middle school white girl. He's like,
I ain't where I want to be right now.
you look good. You look like you're doing good over there.
I'm not.
oh, he's always like, you have bad taste, Angel. If you think this looks
does.
good.
You look like fitness.
You know, I look like I look like a pregnant humanoid grasshopper.
I'll be quiet.
What?
Imagine what that look like. Long legs, skinny, pop belly.
Oh my god.
Now I'm thinking of a pot belly grasshopper.
Do I need to Google this? What?
Bless his
Girl, you ain't
heart.
gonna be able to read that. You want me to do it?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm gonna get a lot of these wrong. So
I
get
know
ready.
you are.
Come on, 15 years. I believe in you.
Don't do that to yourself.
Okay, what is Marcus's favorite color, Angel?
Blue.
Yes. What is his overall pet peeve?
Jesus. I know there's so many. He is a list of pet peeves. It's either unclean house or having to talk on the phone.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Annoying people. I don't.
Oh, kind of crowds.
Yeah, he don't like people.
Crowds. Pet peeve when it comes to you.
The way I keep the house.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But you just said he doesn't like a dirty house. But he's annoyed with your cleanliness.
I don't keep a clean house.
Oh, you don't.
I thought he was saying that you're so like OCD.
I wish.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
I
was
would
like, you're the
love for our
cleanest-
house to be immaculate.
like perfect. I know.
It ain't. Oh,
When
well.
people see our house, they thoroughly impressed the fact that we got 4 kids. They're like, it's so clean in here. And it's
4
driving me-
boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically.
4 boys, and only one of them demonstrates any type of cleanliness.
Yeah.
Only one.
What is Marcus's childhood pet's name?
He had a dog named Missy.
Yep. That's right. What would he say is his best quality?
It would either be his intelligence or his humor or his ingenuity. Like he's really good at with his hands, like figuring things out.
He said his humor.
Okay.
What is his worst quality?
Did I answer that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I don't have one of those.
Too many options.
He complains a lot.
Temper?
don't have a temper.
Short fuse.
If you get mad,
I don't. I worked on it.
He does not. I wouldn't be with you if you had a short temper.
Not with you.
No, in general, you do. I wouldn't like it if you had it in.
Like you can't take him outside. Like, oh no, you know, piss
Oh
Marcus off.
yeah, no, I would. I don't got time to have a fifth child. Oh God,
You go to a crowd, you're gonna get in a fight.
yeah. And then, no, you don't have a short fuse. You don't put up with a lot of shit, but you don't have a short fuse.
What is he most sensitive about?
Me?
No, him. What is he most sensitive about? Oh,
She said
you. About you. Oh.
Me or his mama?
No, he put my body question mark.
Oh, his body.
I wasn't sure how to answer it. I was like,
That's the that goes.
yeah, but
with
you
the
and my
last
mama.
name.
That's the.
What is he most proud of? What is something he's accomplished that he's most proud of?
Buying this third house. No, he's not buying his third house. Starting your own business. I don't know.
Yeah, sort of self-employment.
Self-employment. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
What is his biggest insecurity?
Either your body or your handwriting.
Reading out
loud.
Yeah.
There was one of those things that was at the top of my list, but I was like, I ain't trying to call him out if he ain't put it on the list.
I can read 1,000 words a minute, but tell me to read to you.
You get nervous?
I don't
Or
know.
it's just like
I get nervous when other people read
Oh, okay.
for them. When
Like
I hear
you do it
somebody stumble,
from class.
I think it's from
Like
because
a
I was
teacher
the
did some
youngest
shit
in my
to you?
family. So my older cousins, they could all read very well. So when it came to me, they would tease me.
The
so when
pressure.
I hear other people stumble, I'm like, oh no, you can get through it. I don't like it.
Oh no.
Yes, it is.
I feel that too when I see people reading and struggle. I'm like, oh god.
And people be laughing at. I'm like, don't do that. That ain't
Yeah,
funny.
he's like, I'm not having it. Don't you
Don't
dare.
you laugh at them.
You encourage that baby up there.
Angels heard me. She was like, you read really fast. I was like, to me, yeah.
I also feel that way
It's
when
just me and
I
these
go
two
see
other dudes
stand
in
up
here.
and like no one's laughing.
Me too. When I'm at a comedy show,
I'd be like fake
laughing.
You get secondhand embarrassment. Is
Yeah,
that-
I'd be like, oh no.
I don't like to see people fail.
It takes so much
Yeah.
courage to do it. I'm like, this is not going well.
Oh, I can actually laugh at somebody. vomit.
Angel finds it hilarious.
It's a learning experience.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what would be a deal breaker in your relationship for him?
If I
I answered
cheated.
this wrong.
Oh. What did you
Okay,
answer
just in
that?
general, what would be a deal breaker in a relationship for him?
It's not cheating or lying?
It's a habit.
A habit. Not having sex?
Something that I absolutely
Smoking
can't.
cigarettes.
Oh. We never talk about it, so I would have.
Because none of y'all don't smoke nothing over there.
He smokes cigars,
Oh.
which is a very strong smell too.
Yeah.
It's a
It is.
different
That's a
smell,
different
though.
smell. I
Even
prefer
at
it.
cigar lounge,
Give you
you can't smoke
cigars
cigarettes.
Yeah,
make
I
you
like
lightheaded though, right? A little bit. Give you they give you a little high.
It depends on what kind. Me, it just relaxes me.
Where does he like to grocery shop?
Instacart.
Ding ding.
Y'all are some. I ain't going to the supermarket.
I ain't been
When
in
was
one.
the last time y'all went?
I can't even remember.
But you know, sometimes they don't be picking out the.
They don't pick
produce
the right stuff.
Oh, they do
yeah,
terrible
mess up
job.
all the time.
Yeah,
do a
they-
terrible
That's
job.
They give you like the littlest one.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'm
yo,
willing to
this is
accept
not
that,
going to be
though.
right for 20 days.
There's so many things that they get wrong. We don't eat pork, and so we always opt for like the chicken or turkey version. They'll be like regular bacon. That's what they wanted.
Yeah.
Usually, I will go to the store if I'm like putting food on the grill. I'm like, I need this to be right. So
Yeah. What's his favorite musical artist?
Jay-Z.
Oh, the Beyonce to your Jay-Z.
Yes.
What is his guilty pleasure?
Is it driving the Mustang, shooting guns, driving,
What?
buying
I'm not
guns?
guilty of
Shooting
that.
guns.
Oh yeah,
And the Mustang.
Okay, guilty.
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty.
I take pride in shooting guns and driving the Mustang.
Eating sweets.
Nah.
Watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta with me.
For Apollo.
Or social media, like I don't know.
No, not
His
close.
guilty pleasure.
Being petty.
You don't feel guilty about that.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
What is his favorite porn category?
Well, you said doggy style for me.
Because it's a category, right?
Is that it? Big
No,
booty
I'm just
bitches.
saying. That's why I said.
BBB.
Is any of those close?
Just what clothes?
I'm giving you porn categories.
Big booty bitches.
Yeah.
They got something to do with it.
It does.
It helps.
Big ass shots, big butts.
She said it. She said doggy
Dog,
style.
it's doggy.
I did say doggy.
It's doggy style. How old was he when he lost his virginity, and where was he?
Yeah, you were 16 at the girl's house.
Yep.
Yep.
What moment did he know that he loved you?
We were still long distance. I don't know. Maybe in a conversation with your dad. I don't know. Was it one of the trips out to
I think I
California?
gave a vague answer.
First visit to California.
Ooh, that was early.
Was it?
Oh, yes, it was. Okay, that's what I thought.
He decided on you're gonna be mine.
What is his biggest fear?
I had to look that up. I didn't know how to spell it.
I don't know what that says.
Oh my God! Well, then I ain't gonna guess it.
You ain't reading.
Oh
it.
wait, I do know what it is. Okay, I know what it is.
No, I'm saying I ain't gonna be able to guess it if they don't know what the word meant. Not being able to provide for your family.
Nah.
Being a widow and having to raise these kids by yourself.
I'll find somebody else now.
I'm gonna get me another woman to raise these kids now.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Aneurysm.
Oh, okay, yeah. He be worried about blood clots.
They just be hiding.
That's super specific.
Dude, like
I
mama,
feel you,
mama will
though.
call me like, yeah, so and so passed away for what? And you're what?
That's true. That's
And
true.
they know
I know somebody who
They
died
just
of
like, I don't
aneurysm.
know.
It's-
I have one headache. I'd be like, oh no.
What is happening?
Yeah, I be thinking that. Like, what if? Just chill.
What is his favorite sex position?
Doggy style.
Nope.
Me on top?
Nope.
Oh my God. Sideways? Me sideways?
You know, it's encompassing all these things. It's just straight sex.
Oh, all of it.
All of it. Whatever way
his
what you give it to
penis
me.
inside of
Just
me somewhere.
sex. Would he prefer to save money or spend?
Spin.
I only saved 2 spin.
Who is his celebrity crush?
Kelly Rowland.
She's not my crush.
Is it not Nia Long? Is it me?
It's literally all of them, but
I don't know. It's
I love me some black women.
who?
Angela Bassett.
Oh,
How does he feel about non-monogamy?
well, he thought it said monogamy.
How does he feel about monogamy?
It's good when necessary.
It's important plus needed for me. It's needed. He needs rules
I
and
need
boundaries.
rules, regulations.
He needs rules and regulations and
So
boundaries.
be clear, I can or cannot call the cash register lady baby. No.
Okay, got it.
Favorite memory of your relationship? What's his favorite memory?
Buying our last house.
Yep.
I'm good.
No, you ain't.
What does he wish you saw more of
In yourself.
in yourself?
That I can do anything.
Close. The value in your ideas.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant, but didn't say.
Good job, guys.
Thank you. That was so fun to do.
15 years of marriage.
Yeah.
And still confused about what the other person's doing.
So y'all have 4 kids.
4 boys. To
How
be exact.
the fuck do you do that? How? And have sex. So when do you find the time to do that?
We did it right before we came here. That's the real
You
reason
do have
why
a
we
glow.
like-
You are glowing. There's
The
a
dog was at the house.
glow on
The dog was fine.
skin.
You do look glowing, girl.
It's so funny. He was like, we were just talking about on our podcast that he was like, I love spontaneity. I don't like sex to be planned. I was like, our sex is planned.
I hate to kill your fantasy.
You might
No,
not
she
know
can
it,
plan
but
it.
we're all
I
playing.
don't tell me the time.
Yeah. For me, being that like there was even before we had our little celibacy time, we were like rabbits. Like we did it all the time, especially because we were long distance. So when I would come into town, it just seemed like it was nonstop. So after kids, after my first child, things drastically changed for me. My libido just took a vacation, and I was like, well, bitch, is you coming back? So I wanted to be a little bit more proactive about it. And so it took, because me waiting was doing nothing. It was frustrating him. I was low-key frustrated, but I also was giving myself probably more grace than he was giving.
It will come back, baby.
Yeah. He was like, I don't understand. Why are we not? So for me, it was just like, okay, I got to kind of take matters into my own hand, because even now it can wax and wane. Sometimes I'm like really like, ooh, let's do it. And other times it doesn't even cross my mind. So, like, I try to seize the opportunity, or if I can see an opportunity coming sometime in the week, I try to make sure I know. Start psyching yourself up, getting yourself in the mood.
How do you do that? Because I think a lot of women, especially women with multiple children, like, this is, I mean, I know for me, even when I first had my daughter, like, the libido was a non-existent.
Right, exactly.
So, like, how do you psych yourself up, and how do you get it back?
Masturbation, huge. Even though he'd be like, oh, so you would you try? I'm be like, in my head, I'm like, if you only knew this is going to help on tomorrow.
Like, I'm out.
I had tried at one point in time, like, reading erotica to try to help, like, my like mental visuals, because the problem is, like, for him, his mind goes straight to sex. For me, I have to get all of my to-do list out of my brain so that I'm into it. So just trying to get my head with more images and stuff like that. So yeah, that's and so with my own self-pleasure, that helps me. Like, I'm creating all types of scenarios and scenes that are not going to be possible for us because we got to be quiet. We got kids in other room, but I done created a whole scene and scenario in my head that had already got me ready. So it's not like this, like, arduous task to try to get my motor on. So yeah, but I try to make sure he sees opportunities where there really aren't any. He's like, oh, you got to leave the house in 2 minutes? That's enough time. No, this is not the opportunity. He's like, it is. The kids, they outside. I'm like, but I need to leave in this moment.
They're in the car. It won't melt in 5 minutes. The air conditioning's on. Don't worry.
I'm like, that is not a real opportunity. Where definitely. Like, so today I realized, oh, I have to do a podcast in the morning. And I was like, and then an hour after that, we have a parent-teacher conference. And then I was like, then we'll have to leave to go to do this podcast. And we have to shoot our podcast. And I was like, right between one podcast and the parent-teacher conference is a good chunk of time. I was like, we can make it happen. So I thought about that at like 6-something in the morning. And I was like,
you hear that, Marcus?
Like, he didn't even know.
Before the parent-teacher conference.
Yeah.
He just thought, ooh, baby's in the mood.
Yeah. No, I let him know, and he still missed it. I said, I am not, because one thing.
No, I didn't miss it. I thought it was happening after parent-teacher conference.
And I was like, no. I was very.
I trust me. I didn't forget that. Yeah.
I was like, get
last
up from
thing
the
I
table.
need is a turn down before trying.
Right. I was like, get up from the table. He was sitting down there eating Starbucks. This is the opportunity right here. You're going to miss it.
Eat something else.
Right. Exactly. Come on. Something new.
She didn't even have to finish the sentence. This is all right. Go up there. Go.
Yeah. So that's really, and we try to. It's unfortunate because sometimes like I said, he'll see opportunities, and if my brain wasn't already there, I'm like, oh. No. I was so business focused in this moment. It's going to take a lot. And I hate when he kills my momentum and when I'm doing something else. So I try not to always say no, but it's sometimes hard to get a yes out of me if I am really focused on something else. I'll be like, don't kill my momentum, please. No.
I'm doing so good. I'm so productive today.
He could care less about that to-do list. He would burn it in this candle if he could. I'll be like, but this is how we make money. I don't care. We'll be broke.
but we'll be having sex.
Exactly.
You're going to have OnlyFans.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is all your fault, Marcus.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We always ask our guests to have an affirmation. Do you guys have an affirmation that you like live by or you recite to yourselves in your relationship or individually or whatever?
There are some affirmations I've been working on here recently that my therapist helped me write, because we both just started a new fitness journey with each other because he was complaining a lot about his body and I was just getting out of control. I was like, girl, what's your goal? So it was, so this is going to sound like so not like what you all are talking about. But one of the things I say, especially if I'm in the gym and I don't want to be in the gym, which is just our garage, I'll say I deserve to be in the best shape of my life.
I deserve to be in the best shape of my life. That's real. Like, how are you going to run the race and you ain't even doing the work to get in the race?
Yeah.
To win the race.
So that when I'm like, I don't feel like doing this, I just repeat that to myself and it'll help me crank out however many sets I need to crank out. I mean, we listed all the reasons why I deserve it, but I don't be remembering every single last one when I'm in the gym. So I hone in on that one to try to push me to continue.
And I feel like the best shape of your life could be like physically, mentally, spiritually. You know,
absolutely.
Right. Elevating all the ways.
All the things.
Yeah, me, this is something, I had this thought, this was years and years ago, but now that self-employed, I think it all the time, and that's one of those things that just keeps me driven. And even, you know, when you get a no's don't really exist. So something I always repeat in my mind is my success is inevitable.
My success is inevitable. I know that's the fuck right. Listen here, universe. With these numbers and this schedule, how I've been putting in this work, it's inevitable. I don't know when it's coming, but it's on the way.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, I feel that all the time because, you know, when you're a creator, it's like, and you're constantly creating, like something is going to hit.
Yeah.
One of these motherfuckers is going to work.
Right.
So I feel that. That's a good one.
Consistency. I heard you mention therapy. Have you guys done couples therapy before?
He did a couple of sessions with me with my therapist, and she's so amazing. Just the 2 sessions he did with me, I felt like were life-changing for us because we went from just being husband and wife and like best friends to now coworkers. So it changed how I had to kind of work on my language towards him, because he was entering to a space that I am low-key an expert in. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing content creation for 13 years. He was coming in as a newbie, but I also trying to navigate like understanding that we still have the dynamic of being each other's equal and not always wanting to feel like I was I didn't always want to feel like I was coming from a place of looking down, even though that's not what I was meaning to do.
You're like, I'm an expert. I know.
Right. But it also not shrinking for his ego because I am an expert at this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to apologize for that or pretend like those years didn't happen. So trying to figure out how to navigate that, because it's not that he's honestly not reluctant to taking my advice, but he also... I got to make all the mistakes. He wants to be allowed to make some mistakes. Right. You know what I'm saying? And not me.
And as your partner, you're like, let me just fast track you real quick.
Yes. And also I'm like, if this is going to make us more money, I want to do it my way.
Right. But also like being open to his ideas. Yes. They're like, but this is a better idea.
Yeah. So I was already like worried about it before it had even become a problem. So we were kind of more proactive about it. And she just gave us a lot of tools because, like he said, I'm not an emotional person. I didn't have as much emotional intelligence, truly, but I also don't really lead by my emotions either. So it was like I wasn't using them to inform most of my decisions. So it also, me tapping into those a little bit more helped in our podcast is This Going to Cause an Argument? Because we argue a lot. We have no problem with it though. It's not like we're like, oh, why are we arguing all the time? Because we do it respectfully. But I feel like in the sessions that she worked with us on and with me by myself, it helped even in our arguments of like him understanding me better instead of having to read what I call my heart emotions. Those are the ones I show easily. I'll show you I'm mad real quick. I'll show you I'm excited real quick, but I won't show you the mad is actually just an offspring of the fact that I feel alone or embarrassed. Mm-hmm. So like showing me how to lead with those instead of
anger.
Mm-hmm. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
how do you feel about therapy? Because I mean, obviously therapy I feel like it's becoming more normalized, but especially in the Black community, Black men, like I'm trying to get a Black man to go to therapy is like pulling fucking teeth.
Yeah.
I've said it multiple times. I feel like if you are Black and living in America, therapy should be mandatory and free.
Amen.
Because there's way too much going on, especially like you said, for Black men. We not ones to like willingly just go to therapy. And a lot of times, if you said, "Man, you probably need therapy for this," refuse because they look at it in a particular light or just ignorant of the fact of what it possibly could do for you. You hear people say all the time, if you broke your leg, you would go to the doctor. If you hit your head, you would go to the doctor. You are emotionally traumatized. You need to go have an expert look at that. So I think it's definitely necessary. And again, I think all Black men should be in therapy. I think it's needed. I really do. Now, Angel's therapist, they go too deep. You know, I don't.
Are you gonna say every Black man should go to therapy, but not too deep? Only level 3.
They Angel and her therapist, they go into these emotional feelings that I don't tap into.
Marcus,
I told her
that is therapy.
No,
therapy is
it's like giving
deep,
me a nosebleed.
love.
It's more anxiety driven. It's like, so what do you feel about this? And I don't know. We need to start real shallow. Like I'm an infant trying to learn how to swim in the ocean.
You're just saying dig
Put
like the surface
pool.
and then gradually. Don't just be like, so what is your inner child feeling? You got to go.
But
like,
she met me at my level. But it was a couple times I was like, see, I don't know how to answer this question.
Yeah, he's a good for. Now, mind you, he says all this, but Marcus is not about to do. He went to one therapist who was terrible, and he was like, "I'm out."
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I said I need to find a different therapist. Yeah,
I was gonna say, are you in therapy? Because you said
the one I went to, he was convinced for some reason that I was there to talk about infidelity.
What?
I'm like, nigga,
he was like trying to tell you, like, tell me about the affair.
Yes, I hate my career. My daddy just died. I'm stressed.
And
everything. He was like,
he wanted to cheat.
This is comfort. You know, all people mess up. It's okay. You know, people mess up. You know, it's just for us to talk about it. This conversation only. Like within an hour, he brought that up like 3 times.
And you're
I was
like, no,
this
man,
fool ain't getting it.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
And that then put 4 more years on him not finding a therapist.
Thanks a lot.
So while he does believe in therapy, I don't question that. He don't really want to have to do the work to find, because it is like dating.
No, and I reached out to like 3 or 4 different therapists, and they didn't hit me back.
Trash.
You got to be consistent because they be busy. You know they're
all
rich.
Black
they're
folk
rich.
too.
They're rich and booked. Okay,
Come
you
on.
prefer Black. You prefer a man, right?
No, I was looking at Black folk. 2 of them were women. Half us never hit me back.
You gotta be consistent. Like you want a second date.
I'm trying to give you my $100 an hour. I ain't gonna look.
Right.
You want this or not?
Right. I'm trying to get healing, bitch. I like that you mentioned going to couples sessions to discuss your business partnership, because I don't hear that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially in relationships where you work with your spouse or your lover, people don't realize like that's an additional dynamic. Like, it's one thing to be parents. That's a whole different thing. Like, who's picking up from school and shit? Like, can you work together that way? And then it's be partners and be romantic and intimate and keep sensuality and like kiss and shit when you got other shit to do. And then then you work together. And like how you are in work is very different than how you are like in your relationship. Like even Orlando works with us and was our tour manager. And there were some times during that tour where we were like, I'm going to beat his ass.
Yeah.
And I was like, for sure. And I'm like, okay, Erica, like you do it. You say the things because I'm trying to maintain the relationship. I'm like, he's gonna dump me after this. But because like when it comes to our business, we are very like and like dominant and like masculine, and we're protective of our shit, you know. And same, we've been doing this for 5 fucking years. People giving us advice, we're like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. This is your cue to shut up.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, and I have to check myself, like, okay, listen to other people's opinions. listened. Okay, no.
Okay, listen.
I do not like it.
Still a no, but thank you.
But I never considered thinking like, you know, like when there's a lot of aspects of the relationship, how to tend and pour into all of them. And make sure you're operating from a place that's, you know, like loving and shit. Because, like, cancers are loving. But I think because we have hard shells, we can be snappy and, like, disconnect really quickly. And, like, we'll cry behind closed doors, but also I'll curse you the fuck out. So, yeah, I appreciate that advice and you guys, like, being transparent about that. Not transitioning to a different part of your relationship. Before we started the show, you guys pulled some tarot cards. I know tarot is not your shit, but we pulled them. We're going to read to you what they mean, and then you can tell us if it applies to you.
Okay.
Marcus, you read the Empress Tarot? Mm-hmm. When you pulled? Empress means femininity, beauty, nature, nurturing, and abundance. It is, hold on, I got to add. Shout out to Biddy Tarot, because me and Erica are just tarot women in training. Apprentices. The Empress signifies a strong connection with our femininity. Femininity translates in many ways: elegance, sensuality, fertility.
No more kids? Are you done? You done?
No, I went to the vet.
You went to
That's 2 for 2.
That's 2 for 2. Someone went yesterday too.
Yeah.
Hey, get it done.
That's very kind of you.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially
Ain't
not
no point
kind
in
of
tampering with the flower. Let the flower do what it's gonna do.
honey.
I've done enough work.
You've done a set of twins, 3 pregnancies, 3 births.
I said I've done enough.
You have. It's necessary for creating balance in both men and women. The Empress calls on you to connect with your feminine energy, create beauty in your life, connect with your senses through taste, touch, sound, smell, and sight. Draw on these senses to experience pleasure and deep fulfillment. Treat yourself to a spa day, learn massage, enjoy a fine restaurant, or spend more time with your partner. Discover different approaches to expressing yourself creatively, but be it through painting, music, drama, or other art forms. This may be the perfect chance to take up a new hobby that enables you to access this part of yourself. The Empress signifies abundance. You are surrounded by life's pleasures and luxuries, opulence, sex, and have everything you need to live a comfortable lifestyle. You are in a period of growth in which all you have dreamed is now coming to fruition. When the Empress appears in your tarot reading, take a moment to reflect on the bounty that surrounds you and offer gratitude for all you have created so you can continue to build on this energy and create even more abundance in your life.
I can see how that applies.
Yeah,
Do you feel like you need to get more in touch with your feminine side?
I probably could.
Step outside with your shoes off and like skip around or something?
Skipping
cartwheels.
Just some cartwheels. You're pretty tall. I would love to see you do a cartwheel.
He can't.
I do a cartwheel.
He can't do a cartwheel.
Front flips and everything.
You can't? No?
Yeah,
No
I ain't never
cartwheels?
been able to pull it off.
Have you ever seen this meme?
I feel like tall men doing cartwheels would just be a really funny video. Like, I would just watch it on
Handstand,
repeat.
all of that. I ain't never been
Cartwheels
able
are
to
fun. There's this meme of like a black man like frolicking, and it's like, have you ever seen a nigga? It was like, have niggas ever frolicked? Have you ever tried to frolic, my nigga? And it's, just,
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
it's like it brings you so much joy. So now
Frolicking is fun.
Frolicking is fun, like skipping.
You can't frolic in California, though.
I feel like that's the perfect place to frolic.
Yeah, you
because
kinda-
it's either dry, hard, or something poisonous.
It is very dry here. Yes.
Go in the backyard. Y'all know y'all
It's
got
like
some
mid-
grass.
It's like
You ain't got
Midwest.
not a piece patch of grass, not one.
You ain't gonna find no lush, plush grass in
Go to the
California.
beach.
Go to the beach.
Frolic.
Go to the beach and
Oh,
frolic.
frolic
Ugh.
on sand. No, we're not beach people, dear God.
But yeah, I could probably get in touch, I'm assuming, with my feminine side.
It says the Mother Earth archetype Empress urges you to venture out into nature to ground your energy and be in flow with the earth. Take a trip to your favorite natural setting, the forest, the beach, the mountain, or lake. See, look, I'm a witch. I knew this. And sit for a couple of minutes.
See, look, I'm a witch.
I knew.
I love being outside.
I'm learning some stuff. I knew the Empress is meant to go outside.
I love being outside. That's my
That's his
thing.
thing. That is definitely his thing.
Well, Angela, you pulled the 2 of Wands, right? That's the one.
Yeah.
So this means future planning, progress, decisions, and discovery. The 2 of Wands takes the spark of inspiration from the Ace of Wands and turns into a clear action plan. You went through the discovery phase and know what you want to manifest. Now you need to figure out how. You are exploring your options and carefully plotting out the path ahead, accounting for all possibilities and potential changes. You are open to growth and exploring new territories so long as you maintain a level of certainty that your efforts will work out in the end. Two of Wands indicates you are considering your longer-term goals and aspirations and are ready to plan for what you need to do to achieve them. You've already come so far, and now you feel ready for change, this time with a long-term future in mind. You may be contemplating overseas travel, further education, or a significant career switch to expand your horizons beyond your immediate environment. With careful planning and moderate approach, you will set yourself up for success. Yeah, that's it.
That's spot on.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Hiring a director of operations because of future stuff.
Yes. Yep. Plan on it and claim it early, okay?
Yeah.
The coins are coming.
The coins are they are on their way.
Angel, I think we're going to meet you in the south of Italy on our yachts. Like, Angel, come to our, you guys want to come to our boat?
Come over.
We saw it on the Housewives of Dubai. We saw them have this boat.
I'm like, we're shooting a housewife show now.
The Housewives of the Valley have gone to Italy, but we don't fight. We just drink champagne.
Drink champs. Yes.
All our drama is like, she doesn't have enough money to hang out with us. She's only a millionaire? I don't know.
Poor thing.
I only like the ones with the B.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for coming on today, you guys.
Oh, wait. Before we go, we always ask our guests, I don't know if you have a hoary, like very highly whorish story, married story, any like very highly sexual, crazy sex stories that you guys want to share?
Atlanta?
Atlanta was a lot.
Yeah, that was just another hotel room. That was just
hotel
common.
sex.
Yeah.
Having sex in weird places, strange things.
We had sex. My mother's 60th birthday party
Oh yeah.
was in this like building. It's actually a building that she worked in, but they had this huge open area that we had tables set up in, and we went upstairs to grab something.
Oh my goodness.
We hiked up that dress so
office.
fast. Yep, it's up in an office somewhere.
At your mother's 60th birthday
in the building
party.
she works in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what classy.
Very
Yeah.
I love it. See, I think that's the key. No matter how long you've been married, you got to hike the dress up sometimes and get it in.
Get it in. It was great. Somebody had the kid. We only had one kid at the time, so he was with one of the relatives downstairs. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Seize this opportunity right now.
Ain't nothing like wrapping the rest of a dress around your fist to keep it out there.
You're going to have no stains on this one.
Might be wrinkled as all hell. But there will be none of me on there.
That's all right.
That's stylish.
Stylish.
Yeah, we don't have too like, yeah, I'm trying to think. Other, like, we've done it in the garage, but nothing too crazy.
Car.
I mean, it's the 60th birthday party. It's pretty damn good.
I like that.
Parking lot.
She said,
I don't know. Seems pretty whorish to me in the best way possible. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us and sharing your hories and all your tips. Do you have any tips for any married couples or anyone thinking to get married? Is there one piece of advice that you would give?
You got to like the person.
Okay.
No, it's like a lot of people, they'll get married with they like the idea of being married, or like church folk, they'll be, well, this is what we're supposed to do. You actually have to like being around that person. You have to continue to like. It's easy to love somebody. I love family that I hate. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh yeah, you know, so and so passed away. Anyway, I love them. They family. They're gone. But to like somebody, you have to like that person and want to be married to them and realize that you all are going to grow together. Like Barack and Michelle didn't meet Barack and Michelle that we see.
Right.
They got together and built what they became. And they did that by liking each other and helping each other along the way.
My whole thing would just be make it your own. Like, there's not one formula. There's not one way. Don't base it off of what other like marriages you've seen. Yeah, you can take like tidbits that like really speak to you, but at the end of the day, it's you two. It ain't nobody else. So make it work for the two of you, and don't worry about what everyone says the standard has to be. As long as y'all are both healthy and not being mistreated, do whatever you want to do that makes you happy.
I agree with that. I love that.
too. Yes.
Well, can you tell our people where they can find you?
You can find me at That Chick Angel pretty much across all platforms. It might be a little different somewhere, but you'll find me if you just search that. You can find me on one of my 3 podcasts, which 2 of them he's on. Is This Going to Cause an Argument, which is a podcast that we host together. Here's the Thing. It's a podcast I host with Kev on Stage, and The Bald and the Beautiful, which is a couples podcast with me and Marcus and the Fredericks.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Marcus Ain't on the Gram.
But he is, apparently.
Facebook, Marcus Ain't on the Book, and TikTok at Tank Don't Talk. You can also find me on my other podcast, Let Us Tell It. That's on YouTube and on across all streaming platforms. And what else? I also have a beard and body butter called Man Shit.
Oh, nice.
MANSHYT. You can go to manshit.com. 100% natural. I make it, I package it, I ship it.
That's his feminine.
Oh, that's okay. I'm going to order some beer butter.
Oh, and then Mama Likes, which is my self-care box dedicated to Black mothers, but anybody can get it.
Is it how often do you send it?
I try to do it once a quarter, but sometimes it don't be really happening the way I want. So,
Momtrepreneur, baby. Listen.
That's the reason why I'm getting the director of operations. I said somebody else's brain got to be over here with me.
You know what? We're going to get one too. I like that. Director of operations. Yeah. I didn't even know I know that word until now. Now I need one.
Yep.
A yacht and a director of operations. 2023. Here we come.
Here we come.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us and coming to spend time with us. We appreciate you. I know you're very busy.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
And you know where to find us. Good Moms _Bad Choices on Instagram. Obviously, Good Moms Bad Choices on all the platforms of listening. We're on
We're on Twitter.
We're on Twitter at
the
Good Moms.
At the Good Moms.
And make sure you sign up for our newsletter. We have all of our early drops, our merch, our retreats, which we have one coming up, 2 coming up in the beginning of February. So if you have been thinking about it, here is your sign. Take a break, mama. Come get barefoot and naked in the jungle and come hang out with us.
And you can follow me on Instagram at Watch Erica.
And me on Instagram at Mila with an H_map with 2 P's.
And all these things will be listed in the episode description because that's easier.
Bitches don't be listening.
Come on.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.